So one thing is the yoga and yoga therapy, two different things. The yoga getting very popular nowadays. So when the people use the yoga in ancient time for the spiritual development, but now we are living in this kind of a materialistic world. So due to our stress, our tensions, yoga become now more healthy. It promoting like a more health-based well-being. So the part of the stressful life, our bad habit of lifestyle, lack of exercise, these are all different reasons people getting the problems in the body. So for that reason, how the yogis, the present moment, but the practices of yoga as used as a therapeutical benefit for the health as well as in general the well-being. So this is how the yoga therapy nowadays getting more and more popular. So usually when I'm seeing in the seminar part, all mixed kind of people are attending the program, even the very beginners in the yogas, because it is not just for advanced level of students or practitioners, because the seminar is open for all levels of people. The yoga teachers, they can learn so many things. Those who don't know the yoga, they can come in contact to the practice of yoga. So our class is start from the very basic level to intermediate level and more advanced levels. So usually what I'm telling to the people, I ask them to bring the yoga to make it in the daily life. So that is what I'm trying to focus. Why you are practicing asana, why you are practicing pranayama, why you are practicing meditation. All the practice, the practical part, when you put into your daily life and to experience the yoga in your work, in your family, in your walking, in your talking, to bring into the yoga into your daily life. This is my most message, and according to that, what I'm teaching in the class. Yoga therapy must learn from the experienced masters, not from the books, not from the videos, not from the other kind of medias. Yoga therapy should be directly learned from the masters who are expert in the therapy, because the masters are expert. A lot of practices which you cannot get or find it in the books. Usually when people comes, we will go, because every person has different kinds of physical problems, but according to the nature of person, the practice should be modified or changed. So it must be directly learned from the teacher. Almost more than 27 years, but usually I'm teaching started between 25 and 27 years. Almost I'm teaching the yoga. So all these, I'm studying yoga in the university, living in the ashram and teaching so all the practices I'm bringing into the yoga therapy. First we have to understand the human anatomy and physiology. When you come into we have a general knowledge about the human anatomy and physiology. So based on that ideas, in the therapy part, so we cannot improve every person's health problems which is connected to the spine, because some problems are inborn problems, impossible to be changed that. So what we can do, not to get the worst, and to get maybe 20%, 30% can improve that. If they are coming in a very early age, the age of 15 or 18, they can get more benefits. But when they grown up that part, they won't get worst condition like more problems in the respiratory system, have to breathing problems, more digestive system. These all are the worst conditions when the health problem gets, the spinal problem gets. These they can avoid to make to maintain the daily yoga therapy practice. So we made a practice, very modified practice. People, any person can easy and a better way they can practice. So the practice we designed according to the condition of the person, because every individual have different body languages. Why I'm telling the 15, that is the time to the body system still alignment time, you know, the spine. But when you coming 2021, it is almost fixed. Your bones are fixed, your system are, but 12, 13, 14, 15 is the growing time. You can get much improvement. You can work on the muscles. You can structure the spine in the better way. Definitely, we cannot say yoga never help. It will help, but there is a limitations. There is a limitation, because that is also according to the condition. How much curve in your spine, how much prolapse in your spine. So according to that, yoga can so much improve that, and you won't get the burst, and the daily life you can easy to manage. You can avoid the strain, pains, you can avoid the headache which is connected to it, you can avoid the sciatica pain. This all you can avoid that. Yoga keeping you, maintaining you the better way. One is scoliosis. There is called a structural scoliosis, which is normally we call when you born with this kind of a problems. Another,
this way.
Yes, there is a S kind of a ways. So the same kind of a scoliosis, which also created by the lifestyle, the bad posture, wrong sitting. So that is, we have more hope to correct, much better way. But other kind of a scoliosis, we can say that the grown-up person can improve lot and lot, but that is also depends upon the person's nature. Like the person who come up with a more obese person, fat person, it take long time to get much better. But we cannot give 100% improvement in the case. But the person can manage the daily life, and the curves can get, depends on the condition, 30 to 40% improved happened. But definitely from that position, present position of the person can get so much improvement. Definitely, no doubt, because we have a lot of research paper on that. But a young age can get much improvement, up to 40-50% improvement. If the new students comes in the class, you see that we are newly introduced. They don't know so many of the practices. So we always we have a sort of practice called the basic practices. So this is the foundation of practices. So the foundation of practice is mainly we concentrate the alignment of the body. So if you don't have a good in the foundation, whatever you go for the further practices, you cannot get so much benefits. So the foundation practices are there. Certain in standing pose, in sitting pose, in lying pose, all twisting poses, backbending pose. There is a foundation practices which is directly help to correct the joints, our spine, as well as to correct the position of the muscles and all. So this foundation practice we introduce the students. So after that, the next level we call intermediate practice. In the intermediate practice, we started to introduce a lot of balancing postures. So a lot of balancing postures in lying position, back position, standing position. Then we go for the advanced postures, those who are interested, especially in the yoga therapy courses, yoga courses and all. So the person are now fit for anything. So he know the alignment, the muscles are fit, so the body are fit. The mind is most important. That you learn from the foundation pose, how to be concentrate in the mind in the pose, in related to the breath. So the person comes to the advanced level pose, little more easy the person to do advanced pose without injuries. Because nowadays you can see people getting a lot of injuries. The reason is they're not prepared the yoga for the advanced process, and they started to do, without this preparation. The most of the reason why the people getting injury is lack of this awareness. So you should be really prepared for the basic things, and from the basic you have to be developed. If there is no base, whatever you do, it always hurt the body. We have a different balancing, hand balancing, standing balancing. We also have a supine lying pose balancing. There are different balancing. In the balancing pose, physical body is there, but if the mind is little changed, the mind awareness is there, the whole balance will lose. So we coordinate the body and the mind come together with the breath to get the balance. Otherwise, you cannot do the pose because if a little bit the mind goes somewhere, the whole posture will be dropped. So this coordination of mind, body, and the breath. I never do online course because in tradition we don't recommend it any online courses. This is what we say, that my masters and several masters in the tradition, they always learn directly from the master. This is the first foundation. Online you can see, listen the lectures, listen the things like that. But whenever you learn from the masters, always you go in person and take the education, take the wisdom of yoga. Because it is not just something online, it is come from the many generation of the lineage of tradition. And whenever you're teaching, you are transforming that energy, you are transforming that knowledge to the person in person. But it is not possible in online courses. Online courses, you are missing something. So this is what we don't encourage any
direct
online
contact.
course. Yes, direct contact in the presence of a teacher. Never. I never do that, and I don't want to do also.
Okay. So, thank you.
Welcome.
It was very nice to speak to you.
Thank you so much.